everyone, Mocha Bear here. Welcome back to Mocha Bear's Hobby Den. Today we'll be talking about how to find a TTRPG game to join on Roll20. Shall we get started? So as I've mentioned in previous videos on this channel, I play D&D online using Roll20. It is a free site to use. It's free to create an account. You have access to almost everything. Like, you have a plethora of things that you can use. You have D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Vampire the Masquerade. There's so many different things. So I'm going to show you what it's like on there and things you can find. So I have Google brought up, and we are going to type Roll20, not 29020. There we go. And it's right there. So as you can see, it does say create a free account, but I'm just going to click on the link. So here you can see it's the template. Examples are Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and Vampire the Masquerade. All are things that I've mentioned in a previous video of other TTRPGs if you don't want to play Dungeons & Dragons. So you can see here it says create free account. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in real quick. So here's my homepage. These are games that I am a part of or have started. One is created for my local group, so that way if I didn't have stuff for a map, I could bring it up on here, because you can set up a battle mat on here just by searching for a VTT battle map on like Google and saving it. It's a simple thing to do. I can do a video on it later on if you all are curious about how to do that. But so you're looking at trying to join a game. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to where it says games, highlight it, don't click, and you see my games, create a new game, join a game. So click on join a game, and it brings you to this. So find games to join. So what you're going to do is you're going to click where it says playing any of these games, begin typing to choose games. Just click on that box, and it brings up a list of everything that they have on here, and they are in alphabetical order. So prime example, Song of Ice and Fire, Song of Ice and Fire RPG, which is Game of Thrones. You've got AD&D first and second edition. You've got the, where'd it go? There we go, the Alien RPG, Barbarians of Lemuria. Let's see here. Conan, Cyberpunk, D&D 3.5, 4E, and 5E. So you can see that there's a lot on here. So we're going to, just for the sample, we're just going to use D&D 5E. So you're going to click on D&D 5E, and you have sort by, you have relevance and starting soon. I always just have it as relevance. You can type in a matching keywords, and then we're going to keep it simple, just so you're trying to find something. So D&D 5E, only find games that welcome new players. I highly recommend that if you have never played D&D before. You check that box, just so that way you will find games that are promoting for new players, because there's a lot of DMs on here that are looking for new players to teach how to play. We've got only find games that are free to play. Yes, there are people on here that run games that you have to pay to play. Now, I understand why they do it, because if you're paying for the game, that means you're most likely serious about the game and wanting to actually play and be involved in it. So you're going to have more stakes involved. Like, you're not going to want to be missing the games too frequently. You're not going to want to be screwing around and causing trouble and mayhem for the other players, especially the DM. If you're like me, only find games that are free to play. We're going to uncheck the only find games that welcome new players, though. And then there is the option of show games with mature content 18+. So that means that there are games where there's going to be graphic descriptions of blood and gore, body horror. And then there are instances where people do like to roleplay NSFW stuff on here. You can click on that if you want, but if you don't click on it, it won't show any games that offer that. So we're just going to only find games that are free to play. Now you can find games from there, but you're going to want to go to where it says advanced search options right there. Click on that. And this allows you to alter your search even more. So we're going to ignore gaming groups, but you can select on what days you want available. So let's say we're looking for Sundays only. So click on Sunday. Gaming type, you got role-playing game, card game, and board game. Just leave it as any. Audio and visual, you have some people that prefer text only, and that can be done on here. Some people prefer to do it on Discord. You've got voice only, and you've got video and voice. And there are groups that have used video and voice that I've watched in the past, which is how I got into using Roll20, because I saw that's what they were using. But I personally do voice only with all of my games I've run and the groups that I've played in. And you can use your microphone and webcam on Roll20, but most people prefer to do it through Discord. That's where we do all of our talking. But we're going to keep audio and visual as any. Language. You have options here that you're going to want to pick from depending on what country you're from or what languages you speak. We're going to go with English. And then to be played, beneath that, you have the options of once. So it's pretty much just a one-shot. You've got weekly, where you'll play every week, every other week option, and then monthly, which is you'll just pick like one day a month to play. I'm the kind of person that prefers weekly, so we're going to click that. You do have the option to choose a time, and it'll give you like a 3-hour time window. I always leave that blank as well, unless I'm like really desperate for a specific time, but we're going to leave that blank. And then we're going to click Find Games. So D&D 5e, only find games that are free, weekly, English, and once a week. So looking for group listings, what we have, and on Sundays. So right here, we've got a list of games that are available. You see the picture that has been chosen for the campaign on the left. You see the GM's profile picture. You see their name, and then beneath their name, you do see the subscription level. So as I've said, it is free to create an account. If you're a player and you only want to play, I do recommend just staying free unless you're someone who's like going to be really into playing and plan on playing different games, like going through different sessions. But under that, it tells you how long they've been a member on Roll20 and how many hours they've played. So for example, right here, we've got GM. They're a pro member. They've been on here since February 4th, 2018. They've got 5,307 hours played on Roll20. Name and description. So you've got Sins of Sword Coast Part 1 through 3. We will read more on the description once we've gone through the rest of the stuff here. So on the right, you've got the meta. So it's a role-playing game and welcomes new players. Playing D&D 5e. It has one current player, and there are 9 open slots. So it will tell you how many people are assigned to the game and how many spots are available. Next game is Sunday, July 9th, 10 p.m. Eastern Daytime. So 1 hour from now. And then they play weekly, and it's voice only. So under the Sins and Sword Coast description, we're going to click on the Read More, where it will take us to the full page. Total players needed 10. The DM is usually already like the first player, so that's why it says 9 slots. Voice only, primary language English. New players are welcome. Mature content 18 plus is ticked to no. Pay to play is no because we chose free to play. And pickup games are no. So that means this is a game that they don't want to have people that just going to be dropping off willy-nilly. They want a dedicated group. So here is the description of the campaign. It is an RP heavy, FR lore, brew, craft, have a family, build a home, temple business, lead armies, gritty, political, 2 times a week, 7 p.m. PST. Okay. And yeah, there are some groups that will be able to meet multiple times a week. This does not sound like the kind of game that I would personally be interested in. But if you scroll down, you will see listing discussion. This is usually where you will find the application form or list where you can pretty much apply to join the game. So here it says, please post interest here. So we're going to click on that. You can see that it was the last post on there was 2 hours ago. And there's 278 posts, but 11,687 people have clicked on it. So click on that. And this is a dark and deadly adventure. You are the light. That's actually a really cool picture right there. Enthusiastic, heavily invested players with lots of free time to talk about the game throughout the week. Players that are confident in the rules. Epic adventure, levels 1 unlimited. So it's giving you a list of pretty much what they're looking for. Positive, upbeat players. Here's information about the GM. Balanced rule set for fair play. Rules are 5e with a mix of 4e, 3e, 2e, and 1e. Goodness gracious. Back again. We're going to look at the others. So Tomb of Annihilation. Tomb of Annihilation is an official Wizards of the Coast module. There are full modules on Roll20 from Wizards of the Coast. Like all their modules that they have out for 5th edition that I'm aware of are on here. Another example, Call of the Netherdeep, another one. Lost Mine of Phandelver is the perfect beginning module for beginner players. I just recently finished running that earlier this year. I started running it early last year, so it took us about a year, only because we had to miss a lot of sessions. But that's a module that will last you, if you meet once a week, could last you about 2 to 3 months tops. Unless you like to expand on it and allow your players to explore more and you homebrew some more stuff in like I did. Storm King's Thunder 2.0. Percy Jackson and the Olympians D&D. Castles and Kingdoms. Forever Knight. So you see that there's a lot of homebrew games on here as well as moduled games on here. And like I said, Percy Jackson, there are people that will put up on here for anime-themed games, anime-themed D&D sessions. I've seen Star Wars ones thrown up on here. So there's various different things you can find on here. Ghost of Saltmarsh. Perfect example. Middle-earth West Marches game. So a Tolkien-themed West March style game. Prime example of how other themed games can be thrown into D&D. They can be converted. But yeah, it's that easy to find a game. And just like 10 p.m., 10 p.m., 7 p.m., 10 a.m., 7 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m. Just find a game that sounds interesting to you. If you want to alter your search, you can, like criteria, your filters. Say you want to add another day. We'll throw Tuesday on there as well. So remember, we only have one page on here for what we have listed so far. So adding Tuesday, right there, we already got one. Tuesday, July 25th, 5 p.m., 2 weeks from now. Fox Fang, 17 and under. But yeah, I mean, that just goes to show that you can like limit to who applies. Because some of them will have a thing in the post saying that, okay, this is a game aimed for only a certain age group, or perfect example is Lost Mine of Phandelver's. People who post that or Curse of Strahd are only looking for people who've never played it before, so they go in it with a fresh mindset and they don't go ruining anything or exploiting any secrets that they may have learned previously playing it. But yeah, it's that easy to find a game. There are Discord groups that you can search up for to see if anyone has any games going. Say you're wanting to play Vampire the Masquerade on here. You go to a Discord group that's welcoming for TTRPGs and say, hey, looking for a group to play Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition on Roll20. Anyone interested? This is the time that I want to play. Let me know, and they can reach out to you. It's very simple to join a game. It's easy to start a game. I'm going to also show you their marketplace. So we're going to go to Browse. And then we're going to type in Wizards. or just Wizards of the Coast pops up right there. Click on that, and it will bring up all of their material that is on Roll20. It's 94 results. It's listed from new. You can sort by newest, hottest, all that stuff. So we have it for newest by default. Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, is a new one that's coming out. Apparently, it's supposed to run the original Phandelver, but also add additional stuff to it. So we'll see, but that's an option on here. You've got the revived edition of Curse of Strahd. So yeah, you can pre-order these on here. The two right there, Phandelver and Bigby Presents. But I mean, look at the prices here. Keys from the Golden Vault. That book is what, $59.99 or $59.95 in store. It's probably like between $25 and $35 on Amazon. But it's digital on here, so we're going to click on that to take a look at it. You can add it to your wish list to get later. You can gift it to somebody, or you can buy it right away. And yeah, the cool thing is you can gift any of these books to any of your friends that you have on Roll20. So buy now. This package includes, and it gives you the list of what it comes with. So the Compendium Art Pack, the Murkmire Malevolence add-on, bunch of different things. And we're also, let's go to the Player's Handbook. So the Player's Handbook, the Monster Manual, and the DM's Guide, Dungeon Master's Guide, are $17.99 on here. So you get it. It will give you access to pretty much everything that's in there. And I'll go ahead and actually open up one of my games to show you. So here's what it looks like when you have a game that's open but haven't launched yet. It shows you who it was created by. It shows you how many players you have and who the players are. Gives you the next game, like the schedule of the next game, any add-ons or discussions you may have. So we're going to launch game. And you can add music. So you can I have music playing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. But here's an example. This is the home page that I have that launches whenever the game gets opened, whenever we start or finish a session. These are my players' tokens right here. Those two right there. And these two here are this player's additional tokens for her familiar and the disguise he takes. We're gonna go here. D&D 5th edition. This is the compendium. Everything that I own from Roll20 is on here. So say that we want to find an water elemental. Just type water, and it brings up any spells, features, monsters, races, rules, proficiencies, all that stuff that have the word water in it. So let's bring up the water element. We'll click and drag it. We have this here. So we're going to go to the chat. I'm going to keep this to whisper just in case my two players and I on here ever do another session so they don't see it. So the GM, everything is set to auto roll dice on here. It's something you have to do in the settings. So here's the water elemental. Say that it's going to attack somebody. It's going to slam. So you see right here the word slam. We're going to click on that, and it will roll digital dice. So in fact, I'm going to move this sheet off to my second monitor so you can see the dice roll. See? And it automatically adds any pluses or anything to it to give you the total needed. And whenever you do join a D&D game or any game on here, you're gonna want, once you're in the actual game, top right where the gear is, you click on that. You'll be able to change your display name. So I have DM because I'm the DM for this game. Audio and video. If you want to, if your group is using mics and cameras through Roll20, this is how you'll manage them. Dice options, you're going to come here and you're going to want to click. Well, I personally prefer to have my dice automatically roll when I click on the things and enable the 3D dice. So that way you can actually see the dice roll across the screen. Oh, but I do need to show you this video display. So you see on the bottom left corner, you see the DM with the red block next to it. We're going to change that here where it says name only. Names only under player video avatar size. Go from names only to small, regular, large. And you can move them around down here if you want to organize everyone's names. I always just do names only, so that way my screen is more accessible. I can see more. But yeah, so exit game, and then here's where I'd be able to schedule the next game since I'm the DM for this group. So that is pretty much a crash course of how to navigate Roll20 and how to find a game to play. As you saw, D&D 5e is the most popular one. However, there are other options on there. You saw how long that list of games were for things like there was Conan, Alien, RPG, and all that. So if you've got any friends that you have that want to play D&D but live too far away, or you want to find a game because you don't have anybody nearby that wants to play, this is an easy way to do it. And a lot of the Kickstarter projects that I've backed over the years offer licenses for virtual tabletop sites such as Roll20 and Foundry. It's as simple as that. If you have any questions about how to run something, how to locate something, how to create a game as a DM or GM, comment down below asking it, and I will gladly address it. If I get a question enough, I'll just do a video on it. But I will just try to answer your questions below. Thank you for joining me today. I know this was a little different than what I usually do, but that is the point. I'm trying to expand your knowledge and experience with TTRPGs and other hobby things like that. But I hope that this video was helpful, useful, informative, all of the above. Again, if you have any questions, ask me in the comments down below. I'll gladly answer. But take care of yourselves, and until next time, hobby on.